All right. Thanks, Mac.
Hey guys, what's up? We're getting the call started, so thanks for joining us. We are going to get started here in just a minute. We're getting all the technical stuff worked out, but it's going to be an awesome call, guys. So thank you for joining us. If you're just getting here, get excited, guys. It's going to be an awesome call today. We got Corby joining us live. We got a bunch of people jumping on the call today. It's going to be really exciting. I'm super pumped.
Yeah.
So yeah, stay tuned, guys. If you are just sitting down, grab a beverage, maybe a warm beverage, maybe a pumpkin spice latte or something that'll be comforting in this time. And we're going to just hang out for the next hour. We're going to dive through your questions, guys. We're launching the course live on the call with you today. We're doing it early, so surprise. It's going to be really fun, guys. So super excited. We got Corby joining in. So can't hear Corby yet.
Corby's muted. Don't worry.
Hang on, Corby. We're gonna unmute you here. But yeah, super excited, guys. So we're gonna give everyone a minute to jump on here. We got a lot of people signed up for the call today. So those of you that maybe can't make the call or have to jump off early, jump back on if you can, because there's gonna be lots of good stuff at the end of this call. But it's gonna be recorded. So Corby, you're here.
I'm on. I'm here. Awesome. Big day.
Yes, awesome. Good to see your shining face, Corby. You're looking great.
Oh, thanks, man. You guys are looking wonderful as usual.
Yeah. So yeah, we're just waiting for everyone to hop on. Corby, how is it up in Denver? Tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Well, it's hot and sunny as most of our summers are here in Denver.
Still summer in November.
Still summer, shorts and t-shirt weather. We're waiting for it to drop, but we'll enjoy it while it's here. But yeah, everything's good here in Denver. Business is strong, economy's back, labor pool is small, all is well.
Right.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like a small labor pool?
Yeah, perfect. It's a challenge. I need a challenge.
That is awesome. So we've done Zoom calls before, Corby. So this is going to be very much like our past calls. We're just going to kind of introduce. We'll start the call here in a minute. I'll give you guys the agenda of the call. We'll introduce each other, and then we'll start diving into the content and asking questions. We're gonna grill Corby on the call, ask some questions. You guys can grill us too. We're gonna have live Q&A. So at any time during the call, guys, put your questions in the chat box, and we will get to them at the end of the call. So just know that, yeah, if we don't answer it right away live, we'll get to it towards the end. That's when we're doing the live Q&A towards the end. So anything else? Are we all set up?
We are ready to go.
Side? Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna make this a little smaller for a sec. All right, so we can see our scripts and all. We can see Corby over here too. Cool. All right, guys. Well, I am so excited. Welcome, guys, to the call today. This is the moment that we have all been waiting for and waiting a long time. I mean, we've been working on building this product, getting these systems in place. These are actually the systems that when we approached Corby with 5 years ago, these are the exact same systems that we're gonna be talking about today. And this is Corby. He's been working on this for 20 plus years, and and all of us just combined. It's amazing where we've come and how much it's helped our business. And we wanna just share that with you guys today. So welcome, guys. Welcome to the Home Cleaning Systems live webinar. We got Corby on. We'll introduce everyone here in a sec. And just want to thank you guys for getting on the call. We know this is a busy week. It's holidays, it's Thanksgiving. So we're very grateful for everyone on the call live. We're very grateful for everyone listening to this. If you're listening to the recording or the podcast, welcome and thank you so much for being here. Very much appreciated. So I want to just tell you guys really quick what we're going to learn on today's call. So we have one big, bold promise. By the end of today's call, you're going to be able to know and you're going to be able to learn how to deliver amazingly efficient cleans in every home without worrying about losing time or money, so that you can finally grow your business to the next level and keep growing. So that's our promise to you today. You guys are going to see the efficiencies we're talking about. You're going to see the systems, and we're going to pull back the curtain behind the scenes and show you what we've been working on and what we're doing in our business, what Corby has taught us as our mentor. These systems are proven, they're dialed in, and they're awesome. So that's the call, guys, today. If you guys are on your computers and your phones, please pay attention, guys. Turn off your messenger, turn off your text and your phone for just 1 hour. Just give us 1 hour of your time. We're going to dive into this, and I promise you're going to love everything you learn, and it's going to be really exciting. So anything else you want to add, Brandon, before we hit the agenda?
No, we're going to cover a bunch of stuff today. It's going to be fun. So buckle up.
Yeah, buckle up. So we're going to cover today what makes the home cleaning systems training such a game changer, and how it will transform your business, take you from wherever you're at. If you're just starting a cleaning business, if you're 10 years in and you just need to tweak your systems and get everything dialed in, this is going to help all of you guys. So today we're going to cover number one. We're going to do an introduction. We're going to introduce Brandon and I, tell us a little bit more about us. If you haven't heard our podcast, we're going to introduce Corby, and we're going to dive in a little bit further, talking about the 3 secrets of the home cleaning system. We're going to dive into some questions with Corby specifically, and just talk back and forth about how this all came about. It's going to be really exciting, guys. At the end of this call, guys, you're going to want to stay tuned because we are launching the course. So we're going to launch the course. There's going to be a special deal for you guys for this week, for Thanksgiving, for Black Friday. We want to surprise you guys. So stay tuned to the end. And also you can get your questions. If you have any questions, again, put them in the chat and we'll answer them live at the end. So that is the agenda for today. I'm excited. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. So we got everyone on. Let's start out with introductions. Corby, do you want to tell us why, when we approached you, and Brandon actually told me, he's like, hey, if we're going to start this business, we got to work with the best of the best. And you were like the king of the cleaning systems and the king of like a lot of these efficiencies. So I just want to tell you guys from my perspective that Corby is the king of the cleaning business. And we've kind of like come alongside him and to teach you guys this stuff. But, you know, he is the man. He has tons of years of experience in this business. We've got 4 or 5 now. But Corby, why don't you just tell us about your business, who you are, why people should listen to you, why you're different, why these systems are different, and a little bit about your story. That'd be great.
Well, I remember getting reproached, and I remember saying no right away. It sounded very silly. I don't know. Starting a franchise, I think I said no, and then I received a gift in the mail from you two, and it was I'm like, are you serious? I still use it. It's up. We use it for music every day. I think it's the Google Home or one of the Alexa competitors. I still use it. I'm like, oh my gosh, these guys are for real, with a letter attached. This is for anybody out there in business. I learned this from these two. What an approach. They showed professionalism. I'm like, they're more professional than I am. I've never written a letter like that. I've never written. I really haven't. I didn't. I was just like, wow. So we talked. It was really nice to get that going, and with your energy and 2 young guys, technically savvy, and with your skill sets, I'm like, man, you're way above me already. And I think it was a match made in heaven. I can't believe we're actually here, though. I mean, talking about this when you two talked about this moment shortly after our first conversation. So to me, that just seemed like a pipe dream to me. I was just kind of excited then to work with you and get things going and help you get your now massive cleaning business going. It was an honor to start with you, but to get to this spot, I would have said no. I would have said there's no way I have the energy to get there, and no way that your thought that we could be there in 5 years, which is what you said. And here we are at the goal of being able to take the knowledge that I put into it and the systems that I put forth, and you guys bettering those systems and capturing them and putting them out to the world. I mean, that was the idea. That was the dream. And we're here. I'm just honored to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, Corby. Way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. We're really happy you're here, man. And I don't know if you can tell anyone just why this is different from like other stuff in the market, and like kind of how some of these systems came to be. Was it you cleaning in the beginning, right? You were out there doing it and grinding.
It's an interesting thing. I think my dad and I talked about this recently. My innovation and my systems that have been developed over time come from 2 things: an inherent laziness and a complete narcissism as to I know better than anybody else in the world, no matter what else is out there, how to do this, right? So unlike what this course is, I started from 0 knowledge in the cleaning business, 0. I didn't know what a microfiber was, and I never read anything about it. I did it the hard way. I just tried things over and over again. I tried different things. I don't know, was it ego or whatever it was? I wish I would have spent the time and went to the cleaning shows and joined up with groups like yours to learn something. It was a toil, 5 years of just struggle, testing everything I could on every single level. And 20 years later, the product is special. But I wish I would have done it differently. I wish I didn't toil the way I did to get to this point. What we put together, the systems and the packages and the training and the cleaning and the customer service and the marketing, it's all kind of one thing, and it's all developed from the idea that there's always a better way to do things. Every single day, we're all looking at how I type on my computer, how the ladies file, doesn't matter how we walk left and right. There's always a better way. Those are silly examples, but it never stops. It never stops. 20 years later, we are in more innovation right now at CPC and Sandia Green Clean than we ever have been, ever. And it just doesn't end. It comes through systemized systemization and change, you know? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Systemized systemization. I want a t-shirt with that on it.
That's awesome. Yeah, man, I love that. And I love that idea of just constant improvement. Like that's kind of like how I think already, but when we met you, I could see that that's what you'd put into this, these systems. And you're always just, striving to achieve that next level of how can we make this better? How can we change this? And then by the time we found you, I mean, a lot of that was already dialed in. But just how can we get better? How can everyone here on this call, be improving their businesses all the time? I love that. So Brandon, you want to tell them a little bit about yourself and
Sure.
your experience and why people should listen to us and anything else like that?
My name's Brandon Condry. I'm one of the profit cleaners. You hear me on the podcast. I was a customer of Corby's when my wife and I lived in Denver. That's how we found, it was then Stapleton Home Services. It's now Central Park Cleaning, but we were customers. I loved it as a homeowner. I didn't have to do anything. So that part was super fun. My background before that was biology, genetics. I was a lab rat, and then I worked on the commercial side. I sold machines that did cancer diagnostics and prenatal diagnostics, and I did that all over the world. So that job took me to 20 some odd countries, I think. One year I flew 220,000 miles. It was a hard existence, especially as my kids got older and started getting really upset when I left, on a plane. So I was looking for a way out. I tried a bunch of, side hustle businesses before, but never had my full attention, and nothing ever played out the way that I wanted it to. And then I met this guy at the park. We started throwing darts in my garage and kicking around wacky business ideas. Actually, I remember when we went up to Denver the first time to visit Corby, we busted out a list of all this stuff that we had brainstormed while we were just messing around one night. Like, ooh, let's rent 360 cameras so you can record weddings for grandma who can't be there. That was before the pandemic and Zoom became so ubiquitous. So we were on the cutting edge. But then when we moved to Albuquerque, our kids were getting older. We wanted to hang out with their grandparents. We called up a cleaning company. Like, let's Google a cleaning company in Albuquerque. All right, you're hired. Come in. It was terrible. Missed a bunch of stuff. It was expensive. The customer service was bad. The scheduling was bad. Right? Tried a different cleaning company. We went through 5 big ones and then ended up with a housekeeper. And if you're the entrepreneur, that gets your senses tingling. Like, hey, I think there's a hole in the market. So I pitched it to you, like, let's start a cleaning company. And then we sent Corby an email. I go back and read it every now and then. It's pretty fun. But the email subject was Albuquerque Home Services. As I recall, at least on the email, you did not say no, at least not outright. You said, all right, this sounds interesting. Let's have a call. And then we talked it out a little bit more, but so that's my background. That's how we ended up starting a cleaning company. It's not I didn't major in business. The goal was not for me to start a business. I just got stir crazy with my life that I had built, as a biologist. And this is how we ended up here.
Absolutely. That's awesome, man. I remember actually, meeting Brandon at the park. My wife was talking to him, and our kids are all playing together. And that's where it all started, guys. You'd be surprised, who you might start a business with or what customers you might have in the future. But Just as far as my background, I grew up here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Grew up around a lot of entrepreneurs. My dad was in real estate growing up. I grew up, around people. I was always wondering, like, how are these guys driving Porsches? And they all had businesses, right? So I was always really curious about business. And when I was 14 years old, I started my very first landscaping garden business in a really nice neighborhood here in Albuquerque. Made a lot of money because my dad was like, hey, if you want to buy that car, you got to save up that money and I'll match it. So I was really motivated. I was always motivated about money. Your dad told me that as well, actually. He said, this guy was motivated by money. But yeah, if that motivates you, awesome. I went into business. I studied business, international business, went off and lived in Spain for a year, traveled like Brandon. I went to like 30 some countries, traveled all over the world, different continents, different things like that. I love traveling, I love language. Actually got to speak Spanish, got to learn a bunch of Spanish, which has been amazing in this business because all of our employees speak Spanish. So in the early days and even now, training our teams and working within our company, I was sort of the linchpin, able to get people, trained up and talk to everyone until we got other Spanish speakers in. But yeah, did the business stuff for a while. Just like Brandon, I tried a bunch of different ideas, tried a bunch of different stuff online. Some of it worked really well, some of it not so much. But this business, for whatever reason, is just super special, guys. It has changed my life. It's transformed my life, my family's life. So I'm a dad. I've got 4 kids. I've got my wife, and we've been married about 10 years now. I'm super happy. I love my life. Wanted to create a business where we could have that lifestyle, where I could be with my family, my kids. And this is it, guys. We found it. I had to talk my wife into it in the beginning. She was like, how are you going to do a cleaning business, like a local business? Doesn't that take a lot more work? You got people and all this stuff as opposed to the internet and the online website stuff we had done. I said, let's jump all in. So we did. Met Brandon at the park. Next thing we know, we're sending Corby stuff and letters in the mail and driving up to Denver. And I can just say the one of the biggest things I've learned from all this is if you want success, if you see someone that's successful, just model after that success. We found Corby. Brandon loved his business in Denver. He was like, man, this guy's got this thing dialed in. We got to figure this out. So we just modeled after Corby's success. I think it's saved us a lot of time, a lot of energy. And I think that's what we're here to share with you guys too, how you can do the same thing, how you can just model after what we're doing and don't reinvent the wheel, guys. So yeah, that's why you should listen to us. We are the kings of the cleaning business. We're going to share with you guys the proven systems that really came from Corby. We've kind of optimize them a little bit more, but really they're all the same systems, guys. We're just making them better and better all the time. So yeah, so we're going to go ahead and jump in a little bit more. I want you guys to think for a second and just imagine in your mind, maybe you're sipping your pumpkin spice latte or whatever you're doing at home, but what would it be like if you never had to clean again? Just think about that for a second. What would it be like if you could finally clean not just 1 or 2 houses or 3 houses a day, but 4, 5, 6 houses a day? Corby's at cleaning 6 houses a day. We're at like 5 houses a day, right? And what if you could do that in less time, more efficiently, without sacrificing quality for maximum profitability? Does that sound good to you? So what would it be like if you could eliminate variables, breakage, customer complaints, a bunch of negative 5-star reviews, things like that? And how could you turn that around and actually create raving fans and priceless word of mouth and lots of 5-star reviews coming in automatically because your product is so good? What would that be like if you actually had your cleaning systems dialed in like that, right? So that's what we're gonna be talking about today, guys. I told you our big, bold promise in the beginning was, and I'm gonna share with you just 3 quick secrets, and then we're gonna dive in and kind of, go dive deeper into these secrets and of the cleaning systems that we've kind of pulled out here. So secret number 1, guys, we can actually clean more houses, make more profit, and be more efficient in one day using this system. The 3-person system is the main one we're going to be talking about. In one day with a 3-person system than the 1, 2, or 4-person system. A lot of people clean with all these different variations and have all these variables. We're going to get right into that today. The second secret is we don't personally have to clean anything. I'm not very good at cleaning. I don't really like it that much myself. Some of you are really good at cleaning, and that's amazing. So if that's what you want to do that, right? But also, if you want to build your team around you, you got to start building that team and delegate that. So the systems automatically attract and train the A players. We get the best of the best because you guys have the best systems. People are attracted to work with the best of the best, right? So you're going to be creating professional cleaners, not just another job for someone. This is professional cleaners. This is going to impact your employees' lives. And secret number 3 is we only need a few tools in a simple duplicatable system to make this work. Mostly we're using microfibers, a couple simple tools and brushes, but these have been tested and proven, and we've gotten rid of all the tools and things that don't work and that scratch stuff and cause breakage, and only working with the best. So you can replicate our results just by following this training, guys. There's no magic. This is how you do it. Okay. So now we're going to talk to Corby a little bit more about the home cleaning training systems. Okay. And so we put this course together for you guys. We want to make sure that you guys have everything to train your teams the right way, to clean the right way, and to deliver an amazing product every single time. And so, like Corby said, when he started out, he was just figuring it out. But you guys can do that. But if you want to save years and years of time and frustration, you're here now. So there's a reason that you're here now listening. We want you guys to listen. Okay. This is really cool stuff. So you want to go ahead and start with the Corby question?
We kind of covered this one in the chat there beforehand, Corby, but we had approached you 5 years ago. You said no. As we got more down the road, what were your thoughts about it? I mean, you said that you thought that we were going to be bigger than you at some point, but when did you figure out that we weren't joking? We were really going to go for it?
Well, I mean, when you paid me, no, just kidding.
Yeah, that helps too.
Yeah, I think the first check clearing, I jumped to attention. I mean, you were. I knew from the email. I knew it. I knew it was something. And in business, you got to have. There's a gut to it all, right? There's all these things you try to learn, you try to do, but a lot of it is just a good feeling, And it was a really good feeling, and it was a lot of my business life is that feeling too. It's got to feel good in life and around me for me to move forward with it. I think it's the same for most people. It's a great tool to use, is your gut. And I think I didn't know you would be successful. I didn't know that. I didn't know that you would be as successful as you are. But I thought you had a good shot, because the market was right, and you two with your age, your background, your intent. I talk about intent a lot now. The word intent, like you two had a real intent, to become the best cleaning company in Albuquerque. And you're very serious about that. Not to become the richest cleaners in Albuquerque, but to become the best cleaners in Albuquerque, to start with that and to show it through your reviews and your customer experience. And you did that pretty quickly. I followed your reviews. That was interesting to me because it was a lot to put our company out there like this, and I felt kind of responsible, like, oh shit, if this thing goes south, I mean, over it, And I'm like, it is. It's It's not nothing, right? You two out there. I had no idea it would go this well. I had a good idea, but it wasn't complete. But when I went through the first visit with you to see what you set up, I think I started tearing up, seeing the line of tools, exactly how we had them, and talking about how you're cleaning. And it was an exact replica of what we were doing, with some ideas as to how you could do it better. And now I'm taking ideas from you two to make our cleaning service better. But it was that moment when I went through your shop and saw on that tour a few months in, or maybe it was 6 months in, timelines I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember that feeling of seeing it. I was just overwhelmed. I'm getting teary right now.
Yeah. I think it was 6 months in. I think we had one car.
It was a beautiful car. It was perfect. And it was set up correctly, or close enough to correctly. And what wasn't correct, Lindsay and Louisa, my two directors who had both been with me for over 10 years now, they immediately picked up on the couple things that you didn't have exactly the same way, and they thought would be an inefficient, a bad road to go down. And you took that information so well from them, and immediately changed over those items to those simple little changes, those tweaks that they saw and felt from the teams and the movements and the dress, and you quickly made those changes, and that willingness to adapt, to listen again, and not just listening to me from the startup of the business, hey, this is how you should do it, but then coming in and judging you on a few minor details, and you two receiving that and saying thank you, and then changing it. And then from that visit, we took some things, right? It was doing some things that were amazing, right? Your setup of your office, how you had it was better than ours. There were some things inside your space that were way better than ours. The table was nicer. You went for better washers and dryers immediately. We immediately changed ours. So it was that moment, 6 months in, that I knew with how fast you've grown that you would get to this point. I didn't know you'd get to this point this quick. It's upsetting that you're surpassing me now, but I got to get back to work and get out there and sell a little bit more. But
yeah,
I'd love you to shoot past me forever. That's the goal, right? So
that is the goal. I vividly remember doing a video walkthrough of the office with Lindsay and Louisa, and Lindsay was like, hey, go back. And she went back to this warehouse shelf. She was like, what is that? We don't use stainless steel cleaner. You can't be having a can of stainless steel cleaner. It's like, sorry, I didn't buy it. One of the cleaners bought it. We'll get rid of it. Sorry.
Cleaners bought it. That'll come up in the future. One of the cleaners bought it. One of the cleaners bought it from home, right? That's the.
Yep. You got to stay on top of that. That's why you do the inspections.
So I think something you touched on, Corby, like that feeling and that emotion, you know, like not only were you excited to see all that, but it was kind of like scary to put yourself out there, right? It's kind of a scary thought to be like, all this I've worked for, I'm just going to put it out to the world. And I think that's a little bit how we feel too. Like right now, we're like, you know, this is all this stuff that we've worked on with you and in our business. And today we're going to share it out with everyone, you know, everyone that, you know, wants to be a part of it. So I feel a little bit vulnerable as well, but I'm excited because I know it's going to help you guys. And like, we want to help as many people as possible. That's why we started Profit Cleaners. So, but yeah, you guys are in the right place. You're going to be learning from the best. This is what entrepreneurship is all about too. It's about giving back. And I heard this recently too, is the best way to learn is to teach. And I don't know who said that, but it's really, really wise. And so I think even just through doing this, I've learned so much more about the cleaning business and our own systems. And yeah, it's been a really cool experience for not maybe just you guys, but for us too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's dive in a little bit more. Like, let's talk about what benefit is everyone going to get from these systems? And let's talk about like wherever you are now, and when you implement these systems, where you're going to be, you know, by the end of that, and wherever that is, you know. So, you know, when you get this course, you're going to need to go from here to here. You're going to take some action. You're going to change some things, whether you're getting started or you're already well on in your business. But, you know, basically, you know, you're gonna have a lot more confidence. Like, you know, you know, we can just shoot the benefits. What are people going to get from these systems, Corby, other than just they're going to know what to clean? They're going to have this amazing confidence. They're going to, you know, be dialed in on these systems, these processes, these efficiencies. Like, what other benefits can we talk about that people are going to get from these systems?
The systems are the only way through it. There is no other way. I mean, so I have a friend, my college roommate, called me last week. Well, didn't call me. We use only WhatsApp, even with my friends, guys. It's just WhatsApp. Sent me a WhatsApp, said he lives in this tiny town, Viroqua, Wisconsin. And it's in this beautiful area called the Driftless. And there's a company called Driftless Cleaning. It's a young girl, has been there cleaning for 4 years. Tony was talking to her about me, and I called her today, just before this call. I never mentored except for you guys. I was talking to her about systems. She cleans by herself and she's trying to hire a person. She hired somebody, it didn't work out. Typical flow, that kind of jump. So we went through, what systems do you have in place? And it went silent. There were none. And I stepped through just a couple that I didn't want to overwhelm her, but I stepped through a couple of the systems that we have. And as I'm saying this, talking about the systems, and comparing them in my head as to what she was doing, imagining what she was doing, and from what she told me she was doing, I'm like, there is no absolute way she could get from this spot to anywhere, any place of happiness inside of this industry without systems. It wouldn't work. It just creates a little bit of, it's just a continued chaos, right? There is no joy. Well, not for me. I don't know about any other business people, but I don't like chaos. I don't like anything that is chaotic. Inside of, if you can eliminate the variable of chaos, in any part of your business through systemizations, your life becomes better and you can grow more efficiently with the same amount of people in the office. With her, she was in a spot, and she is in a spot with 0 systems. I just gave her 1 system to take on from our company. And I know for a fact, her life just got a little bit better just from that 1 system that I gave her that she could jump forward on. It was just our color coding for our microfibers. That's it. I'm not supposed to talk about that right now, but
No, you're fine. It's totally fine. Yeah.
Color coding and just what that 1 system does. Number 1, if she's expanding beyond herself, the training of having those different colors, it becomes a lot easier. The marketing value of rolling into a customer's house when you have multiple colors coming into the house that separate in each room, right? It's a fantastic visual, right? To me, it's a beautiful visual, right? I feel very comfortable with who's coming into my house when I see those colored rags stuck. By the way, there is no other company around me here doing that, but that sort of system is a huge marketing tool. You wouldn't think of it that way, but that system is marketing, right? They're all hand in hand. So for her, when she rolls into this house, she's gonna have to drive 2 towns over to get to a Walmart, but when she gets those, she's gonna start with 3 colors. She's gonna feel better about it. Her customer is gonna feel better about it. When she breaks them out of there and they separate to different parts of the room, they're gonna feel great. They're gonna feel more comfortable with this human inside of their house, inside of their home, right?
Yeah.
Inside of people's homes, you need to make them feel as comfortable as you can, and these systems do that. I mean, honestly, right? If you come in with your dirty mop and a couple rags under your arm and your jeans on and your ripped shirts, they're less comfortable, especially now in the COVID times. It's so important for that one. Yeah. One of our thousands of systems that we have, right? But that one is a great example of what it can do on all parts of it, right?
Yeah, and I think what I hear you kind of echoing too is just this confidence that it gives from the perspective of the customer, because they're seeing the system come in and they're like, whoa, like what are all these systems and colors and these people have it organized and they're dialed in, right? And also for your employees to know exactly what they need to do, exactly how to clean it with exactly this tool. It's just a confidence. And when you're confident, people want to work with you more. They want to be around you, and they're attracted to that too. So I think it's a lot of things. It's eliminating doubt. It's eliminating variables and all these other things, but also just increasing that confidence and that happiness. You always talk about happiness, Corby, but this brings happiness to the whole company and to your customers too. Mm-hmm. So I love that. So yeah, I kind of think of it too as like a little bit of a cheat sheet, because it does take you through a lot of the variables and a lot of the questions that you would have as a cleaning business owner. Like I really can't even imagine what we would do without this when we started, because there's so many things, even with this system, that we had to bounce back and just be like, is this really what we're doing? Or, we had kind of your feedback on that. And we've put a lot of this, as we've improved these systems in this course as well. But I heard this recently, if you aren't having success, like if you've been grinding it out in your cleaning company and you're just like, man, why am I not having more success? Why am I not getting to my goals? This was really interesting. So you're either doing the wrong thing, the wrong systems, the wrong process, whatever it might be, or you're not doing the right thing for long enough. So what we want to bring you guys today is the right systems. And if you've been doing the wrong systems or been kind of, doing it halfway or just kind of figuring it out, well, now's your opportunity. Like dial it in, start doing it right. And that's going to bring a lot more success so you can grow a lot more efficiently in the future. So so what are you going to get, guys? Let's dive into this a little bit more. Other than the confidence and the benefits and everything we've just been talking about, you're going to be able to not just know like, oh, here's how you can maybe train a team. Like we're going to give you guys, this is exactly how you train a team. These are exactly even to like the training day and the schedule and exactly how we walk through all that. The whole week of training and then going into the houses and the rotations and all that stuff, right? We've done it. Corby's done it. You guys can do it too. We're just regular guys, right? So you can replicate this. You guys can replicate these systems, especially when they're organized like the way we put them for you guys. So, but yeah, most people think, that maybe you don't have to think about these details. A lot of cleaning business owners are even probably like, oh, I know how to clean, right? But when you really think about it, there's a lot of nuances and details that go into cleaning that are like super detailed that you would never even think of. And that's what also we're bringing into this course is those little variables and those little things you don't even think about that can make you so much more successful.
Yeah, the devil's in the details. So if you just go with someone who knows that they told you I can clean, that's sweeping, dusting, mopping, vacuuming. That's the basic stuff that I'll half-ass on the weekend by myself. But when you bring in a professional team with all the details, that's all the nitty-gritty stuff on a checklist for inspections.
Yeah, and we talked like a lot about in our other course, our 10X course, which is all about marketing and sales, how powerful word of mouth is, right? Well, if you don't have a good product, like your cleaning actual product, that's the only product you have to deliver, right? You can't deliver food or anything else. You're delivering cleaning services. So if that product's not good, well, then your word of mouth isn't going to be good. Your marketing is not going to be good. Your reviews aren't going to be good. So there's no point in investing more money in advertising and marketing and branding if the cleaning isn't good, because people are going to say, wow, I saw this flashy brand and I had them clean my house and it was total not good. Like they're going to tell people that, and that's going to be your word of mouth and your marketing. Versus if you have a really dialed in product and it's really good, that's going to be the best marketing ever. You don't even hardly need to advertise if your product is so good that people scream to the rooftops, hey, this is amazing. You got to try this cleaning company. Their cleaning was awesome. You should have seen the system when they came in. So that's what we're trying to show you guys so you can achieve that. Corby, you kind of have this whole, like, I remember you've said it many, many different times, but you call it like the dance. When the cleaners go through the house, it's like this choreographed dance. And I love thinking about it that way. Can you just kind of like enlighten us on what does that mean and how did it come to be the dance?
The dance, it reminds me of the video you guys put together. Amazing, by the way. I don't know if it's still out there, but you guys somebody should go find that. And put
it's
that
out there.
Give the link to the people. Let them enjoy that. It was amazing. I watched it about 1,000 times. So great. But yeah, it is. It becomes that way. So it is like a silent dance. So few words transfer inside of a clean, specifically when there's humans in the house. There's very little. So when the 3 humans, unbelievable cleaners, roll in, all with the exact same things in their hands every time, and that door opens and they set down that bucket at the exact same spot. One person's going upstairs, one's going to the kitchen, the other one follows shortly behind upstairs to make that bed together. And how it flows through and they come together almost wordlessly in each of these houses and just passing by, sometimes working in close space and relying on each other to finish their portion of it. And it becomes a true team. Through systems, I hate to oversell this idea, but through the systems, they become true teammates working towards the one goal. Like us 3 are teammates, right? It's the dance is driven by this, gain that they get by finishing this house beautifully on time and moving to the next one and getting this customer review where they get bonused on top of that. And this movement through the house is truly like a dance. It's beautiful. If I could see it in a kind of a X-ray vision, in have it float through space and put it in a little faster continuum, it'd be beautiful. It's amazing, and it's always the same. It's always the same. It looks the same to me.
That X-ray vision's in version 2 of the course, guys. We're gonna get a 25 GoPros and put them up all over the house. It's gonna be amazing. We're working on it.
Yeah. You said something there, Corby, that I want to touch on more too, is they're moving through the house, but it's, you said for this gain, but like on the back end of that, one of the biggest systems that we also have in this course is the bonus system, the bonus report. And I want you to talk about the bonus report and how that has changed your business. I'll talk about too, how it's changed our business, but just how did that come about, the bonus report, and why does it work so well to help incentivize these gains for everyone?
Oh my gosh. It's the backbone of it all. It changed our business. So for 5 years, I didn't have a bonus system, and I didn't know how to bonus. What do you bonus? How do I reward? And so over time and through software, honestly, through the scheduling software, being able to get this data and to have a way to track items, things came to mind, but we bonused behavior and gamified this whole thing. Honestly, it is truly, it's just based on reward. And the reward is substantial. And for example, I don't think we have asked the lady to have her apron on before she comes into the office in 10 years. That's one of the items is when you arrive to the office, because the office for us is sacred. When we're inside of there, everything is perfectly aligned, and so are we. We are ready for the day, no matter what time we arrive, and people would come in with, putting their shirt on and, I'm bringing up one of the minor items, but it always bothered me because it didn't feel like we were there for the same goal. And well, we gamified that. We bonused that immediately. Every human coming into that place, every professional cleaner was top down ready for cleaning, heading into the building, and it brings a different attitude towards what we're doing. This is not some part-time bullshit job. This is for real. There's real money involved. This is a professional company. I talk about it all the time. It is the best cleaning company in the world. You work for it. Your efforts inside of this are that product. There is nothing more. When you are there, you are the best cleaners in the world. Let's act like it. Let's be that. And through our bonus system, you don't have to say many words at all. It just handles itself.
Yeah, and I think that is exactly what we experienced. We were a few months in when we launched Sandia Green Clean, and I remember we were having our morning meetings. Things were falling apart a little bit. It was, we had 1 or 2 teams by that point, and it was just, there was all these variables and things happening, and they were showing up late or not doing this right. And we asked you, and you said, well, do you have the bonus system up? And we said, no, we don't. And it was like a little uncomfortable. I was like, come on, Brandon, I was like, we got to get this bonus system. But we were like juggling all these things. We're trying to like do the whole business ourselves, but we're like, all right, we're going to do it. And we did it. And as soon as we put that bonus in place, it was a game changer for sure, because now there was this public accountability on the wall.
It's on a TV. Everyone can see it.
It's a spreadsheet. Brandon loves spreadsheets. So he was in there right away being like, oh, this is cool. I can code all this stuff. And but what it brought was what Corby said. It brought this awareness, and it brought this presence and this focus to, we are the best cleaners in the world. And this bonus report, like you said, Corby, you said money talks, and it does talk. As soon as we started evaluating, well, what do we want to improve in our business? And we said, well, these things, we want people to finish in a certain amount of time. We want them to have less complaints. We want them to have great looking uniforms that are tucked in and look a certain way. So all these things we started incentivizing, and money does talk, because when they do those things now, they are getting extra money and they love it. And everybody wants to be part of the gamifying of it. And it's really fun. And yeah, I honestly don't know where we'd be without that either. I think that's just as important, if not more important, than all the cleaning systems combined, because it really is like the pretty bow on top, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's great.
Great.
This is one of my favorite questions, Corby. You've told us this a couple times, but over the years where you aggressively tested things to narrow in on the tools that we use now, that we use today, how many tools did you go through that failed? How much money, how much time did you sink into finding what we've got going on today?
Yeah. Well, I had a little storage area. We have a shed that I kind of hoarded all that stuff. I don't know, just to see it all, like all those things, all those failed tools. It was an interesting toss to throw all that stuff away and kind of reminisce going backwards through all these things. It had to be, even just vacuums alone, 100 different types of vacuums.
Wow.
The vacuum out there that you could possibly imagine. We tested, we're doing every single one. The Windsor big commercials, the Sharks, battery powered, every type of backpack we tried it. We've gone through the systems to try those out. Go to all the shows, just got back from the cleaning show, seeing what other vacuums are out there, whether tools are out there. It's important, and we're not stopping there, but it's interesting. We used to have like 50 tools, all different types of chemicals, and now it's down to just in one little case. Is everything we need is in one little case for the day of all the things. I mean, so it's interesting, all the things out there, it's really so minimalist as to how we go about it now. But to get to that minimalist, I don't know, let's say 1,000 different things we've tested over the last 20, and we're testing right now. It doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Always something better. Like I
Yeah,
said,
we were just talking about vacuum backpacks with you the other day to see if maybe we should revisit this again.
I'm finally over that. Now I'm back in the scene of trying on backpacks.
Yep.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so exactly. Yeah, lots of tools. It doesn't stop.
Yeah. And so, guys, I mean, that's so much priceless time and money that, again, Corby's put into just simplifying. And there's beauty in simplicity. There's beauty in minimalism and having less to have more and to create a better result with less. Makes you more efficient. There's less money going out the door, less breakage, less equipment and stuff you have to buy. It's really been simplified. It's a really amazing system. So yeah, again, Corby, we don't know what we would do without you. So thank you for doing the systems, the bonus report, getting the tools dialed in so we could just hit the ground running. I think, yeah, just it's been amazing. And I don't think we could have done it without any of these systems. Like you hit the nail on the head. Like the systems give you freedom, and the systems create this structure within, we can operate within the structure that actually gives us a lot more freedom, a lot more creativity. Even though some people might think, well, it's confining. I want to do it my own way and I want to clean it this way. Well, like you've said, you've tested it thousands of different ways and all these hundreds of different products. And this is the way that works. This is the best process, the most efficient way to do it. And I love that. I love that you've spent all that time and saved us all the time that now we don't have to do that ourselves. So, yeah, so now I want to kind of transition the call, guys, and ask you guys an important question. Okay, so let me ask you a question. How would you like help with all of this? If you're listening on the call, then you're like, yeah, it sounds like a great system. Maybe these guys can help me out. This stuff is pretty awesome, but how would you feel if Brandon and I and Corby helped you guys out with your systems and helped you implement these cleaning systems we're talking about? Sound like a good deal? All right. Anybody raising their hand in chat?
Not just yet.
All right, well, get excited, guys. All that stuff we just talked about, it is pretty cool, right? The systems, the freedom, the efficiencies you're going to get from it, just the fact that you're going to know what to do, how to clean it the right way every time. That's amazing confidence that's going to bring. Imagine for a sec, like we said earlier, cleaning 5 or 6 houses a day efficiently and profitably, right? And your team's still being happy and they're not being completely burned out. As your teachers and coaches, how would it feel, or how would you like it if we could actually help you implement this? Just like Corby helped us implement this. I mean, it was amazing. We wouldn't have been where we are now today. We would not be here if it were not for someone helping us. So again, that's why we're here today, guys. I would like to ask your permission, everyone on the call, everyone listening to this, I would like to ask your permission to sell you something. We are going to sell you something on this call. I think we mentioned that. So, but we have something that's going to help you. We're not just selling you to make a bunch of money and, go be the rich cleaners on the beach and party or something. Like, we actually really want to help you guys. And
that sounds nice. Can we do that though?
I mean, maybe we should actually plan a retreat.
Beach cleaning? Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, beach cleaning.
Brandon's intent. Yeah, okay.
But I just want to run through, guys, what we've put together in these systems. Okay. And so I'm going to dive in really quick to the entire course, everything that's in there, the value. I think it's probably worth, there's really no way to put a value on this, guys. It's priceless, but we're just going to stick a number value on there and just run through it real quick. Okay. So this is everything in a nutshell. This is what we've been working on 24 years in the making with Corby in it, actually creating these systems and us just optimizing them and running with them. So let's dive in, guys. So we can kind of tag team if you want, Brandon.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's the best practices for your cleaning business. That's kind of just the things that you need to run smoothly. We're calling that a $297 value.
Yeah. We've got training your teams. This is the core video trainings, 4K, like high resolution, amazingly beautiful, up in Denver. A year ago, we were up there filming these, and these are the room by room, step by step videos of showing you every part of the house, how we clean it, what tools we use, Very, very detailed training. And these are actually the exact videos now that we use to train our teams. So that is a $3,500 value easily, if not way more.
Yep. Team rotations and checklists, little laminated cards that they can carry when they're new to figure it out. You get that for 2-person, 3-person, and 4-person teams, depending on staffing levels and where you're at. That's a $500 value.
Awesome. We've got the tools, and actually that was
a $1,497. So
$1,500 value. That is valuable stuff, guys, for sure. Tools and equipment. I mean, Corby spent probably tens of thousands, if not 6 figures, on his time and testing all these tools. But we've got it down, narrowed into a checklist and a list of items you can integrate and all the best tools. It's very minimalist, but it's very much the best. Okay, so tools and equipment, let's call that a $2,000 value for all that time and effort. Again, it's worth 10 or 20,000, but we're just giving you something.
Detailed training for new cleaners. So hires that just walked in the door, how are you going to guide them through the systems? How are they going to pick that up? That's a $497 value.
We've got the cleaning library, which is an ongoing little video library we're building of just kind of random things in the house, whether it's a microwave, a piece of furniture, a certain type of tile that maybe is outside the normal scope. We're constantly adding to this library and also listening to your guys' feedback. So if there's something in your market that we're like, we've never even come across that kind of a sauna before, like whatever it is, like we'll make a video and stick it in there and show everyone how to do it. So there's that one, $800 value at least.
Certifications and tests. So you're going to get some multiple choice tests that you'll give new cleaners to make sure that they really have a grasp on the system. And again, that you do it after the probationary period's over. So that's a $297 value.
We've got the leave behinds, which are the customer service excellence part of the business. These are very simple, guys, but these are just the exact cards and things that we leave behind when things go wrong or we can't clean something in the house. And again, you wouldn't believe how far this goes. It goes just a little bit. People are so impressed with just this one little system here. They can't believe how honest and upfront we are. So, but just a simple system, $197 value.
And then the perfect hiring system, that's going to be funnels that we use on websites when we post things to make sure that you're getting the right people that are qualified. We're calling that a $997 value.
All right, guys. So just the total value right there, at least $10,000, a little over $10,000. But this is where it gets really good, guys. We're stacking on the bonuses. Sometimes the bonuses are even better. So bonus number 1, we've got the vacuum equipment maintenance automation module. So this is actually Brandon and I just filming at our vacuum station. Corby's got a vacuum station. He taught us all this stuff. But when the vacuums break down, you got to fix them and you got to have a system so you don't have teams running back to the office to fix vacuums and show up late to the next house, right? So this is all the trainings for that. You can hand this off to someone in your office or a handyman or someone to automate this and just give them the videos and just say, hey, we need our vacuums fixed every week or every other day, whatever you can do. So we're putting in those in there. It's an $800 value.
Bonus number 2, that's a big one. That's the bonus report itself. So you'll get a blank template spreadsheet for you to plug into your own stuff. You'll learn how we do it. Might work a little bit differently with yours, depending on how you run your CRM. That's a $3,500 value.
Absolutely. We've got bonus number 3, which we're actually still working on putting this in here, but is the metrics for figuring out your profit margins, when to hire and launch the next team, kind of like some spreadsheet stuff that Brandon's going to put in here that we're still finishing the very finishing touches on, but we've got it all in spreadsheets. We do it all the time. So someone asked that, we threw it in here. So now it's in there. That's a big bonus, another $997 value.
Yeah, bonus number 4 is how to train your office staff with all these systems. So they'll learn how to run the bonus report, how to operate the CRM, lots of little behind the scenes thing to make sure the public facing stuff is as top notch as it can be. That's $997.
And then bonus number 5, we're going to throw this in here, guys. It's a special offer. It's not going to be for everyone, but the first 10 people that take action on this offer, we're going to tell you guys here in a sec. Brandon and I are going to hop on a call with you. I don't know if Corby has time, but probably just Brandon and I. We charge a lot for these calls now, guys. That's a $3,000 value when Brandon and I both hop on a call. We don't even do those anymore because we just don't have time. We're putting so much effort in the rest of these systems and things. So we'll help walk you through this. If you guys get these systems, we'll hop on a call with you for an hour. We'll go through it. But that's only for the first 10 people that jump on this. So total value, guys, we've totally blown it out of the park. That's almost $20,000, $19,374. We could charge $19,000 today, but we're not going to, okay? Because we want to help as many people as possible. So if all this system did was make your cleaning systems efficient so that you could finally be profitable, would it be worth it? Ask yourself that question. If you could just finally be profitable, finally get those efficiencies in place, would this be worth it? What's the next one, Brandon?
If all the system did was tighten up your cleaning systems so that you consistently received 5-star reviews and happy customers, would that be worth it?
Absolutely. I think that's huge, man. That's going to grow your business right there. If all this system did was save your teams valuable time, right? If you had less variables, less breakage, less showing up late to the next house because things went wrong, happier employees, right? Would that be worth it? I think 100% it would be worth it. So what's the next one?
If all the system did was get you from 2 to 3 houses per day per team to 5 to 6, would that be worth it? Doubling in size.
Right, doubling your efficiencies. Even where you're at, you don't have to double your teams, just double your efficiencies with the people you have right now. Double your profit margins like right now with everything you're doing. Just become more efficient, right? So guys, just think about this for a second, okay? Every single month, whether it's every week for your cleaning business or every 2 weeks, you get the paycheck or you get a paycheck as the business owner, money replenishes, right? It comes in every 2 weeks and then it goes out and you spend it on stuff and then it comes back in. So it always comes back to you. So let me ask you a question. When you miss your daughter's soccer practice or your son's choir show or whatever it is, the things that really matter to you, do you get that time back? You don't get that time back. Time is the only thing you can never get back, right? You can always make more money. Money always replenishes, but you can never get more time. So think about that for a second and invest in something that will save you a ton of time. Okay. And that's what we're talking about. You can even lose your job, guys, and the government will pay you while you look for another job, but you can never get more time. Okay. So invest in something. These systems, when we first started, we were scrambling. Brandon and I were scrambling, running to our kids' soccer practices or whatever their things at school were. But as soon as we got these systems dialed in, we were able to go to those practices and hang out with our families more. And that's really why I started this business. And I think for you too, Brandon, we wanted to have these systems so we could be free and we could have a life, you know, and not just be a slave. Like a lot of people start a business and they're working 80-hour weeks and they never see the light of day. So this is the opposite, guys. We're actually putting these systems up front and then that structure is in place and you have way more freedom. So what's the next one?
You have 2 options, money or excuse. So you can sign up, get involved, make more money, improve the business, or you can make excuses as why you don't have time to do it or money to do the course, but it's all there for you.
Yeah, guys, the reality is you really can't have both, okay? You can't want money, but also have excuses. You got to put the excuses aside, go all in and take action and do whatever it takes to win. And that's what we're talking about doing here, guys. So you got to decide right now which one you want, okay? And I don't know about you, but I'd rather have money and, you know, invest that money so I could save my time and have a lot happier life. That's what I'm all about. I know Corby's all about that too. Corby's all about happiness. So we also have our 2 choices, right? So when we were putting this together, guys, Brandon, Corby, and I, we had 2 choices. We said, we can make this really cheap. We could charge $5 for this. We could charge $97 for this and sell this to lots of people. Tons of people might be able to get it, right? That was option 1. But the problem with option 1 and not charging a lot more money for it is, well, we can't really put in the time and effort to make it a great product, because if we are going to do that, so it actually serves you and actually delivers on the value that we're trying to give you here, it has taken a lot of our time and a lot of our effort. We've spent the last year, and Corby spent the last 20 years, and we spent the last 4 years just growing, you know, integrating this in our business. So this is tested, this is proven, this is valuable. This is not just money, this is time invested. So we decided to charge, we're not going to really reveal the price just yet, but we're going to charge more money than that because we think that this justifies us spending a lot more time to put the value into these trainings and these systems and all the content that we've created so that you guys fully grasp these systems and you can run with them. And you can just hit the ground running, have your teams getting trained on them, have these systems, you know, getting into place as fast as possible so you can become as efficient and as profitable, you know, from day one. So that's why I'm guessing for a lot of you guys, you'd rather have a little more effort that we put in, a little bit more value, from us. So that's why we decided to charge a little bit more. Okay. So your two choices that you guys are going to make, you can go invest in this, get started, get the entire system, get up and going, be cleaning more efficiently, delivering amazing cleans consistently like clockwork, like we're doing here. Or you can go to bed and tomorrow you can have the same problem. You can wake up tomorrow and start doing the cleaning with your teams or doing the cleaning yourself and have exactly what happened yesterday. And I don't know about you guys, but I would much rather have the second option or the first option and invest in something that changes my life, changes my business for the better. That's why we all started businesses in the first place, guys. It wasn't just to be slaving away all the time. It's to invest and get better and become better as people, show up as our best self to our business, but also to the world. So you can impact your community, all the people around you that you care about, all your family members. You told them you're going to do this. So you got to do it, guys. You got to put everything into it. And these are the systems that we're talking about that would be going all in, right? So lastly, there's, say goodbye. So I'm just going to go through all the things that you guys have probably experienced if you're already in business, or you would experience if you don't have these systems in place. But really, you can say goodbye to cleaning houses again forever if you want, because you can take these systems and you can integrate them and train teams. And Brandon and I were cleaning in the beginning, Corby was cleaning in the beginning, but once you have these systems, you can enable other people, you can delegate and empower other people. That's what being an entrepreneur is all about. You're a job creator, right? So empower more people to deliver this amazing product to your community. So say goodbye to all that. We're going to give you guys the step-by-step systems, the checklists, the trainings to replace yourself and delegate the best systems to your teams. You can say goodbye to constantly missing stuff, complaints, negative reviews, because we're giving you guys the detailed systems, okay, to avoid all that bad stuff and be consistently showing up with the right product. You can say goodbye to unknown variables, things breaking, things happening that could have been fixed the right way if you were just addressing them the right way. Unhappy customers, all that stuff, because we're giving you the best practices, the battle-tested strategies that work, guys. You can say goodbye to overworked employees, overtime charges on the payroll, draining your bank account, because we're going to give you guys those efficiencies that save that time and make your employees more happy and make them more efficient. So they're working harder, faster, doing a great job. Everyone's happy. It's a win-win. You can say goodbye to lazy employees, because the bonus report and the bonus system incentivizes greatness, guys. It incentivizes people to work hard and to be the best and just show up. So that's really amazing. You can also say goodbye to the fear of not cleaning something the right way, because we're giving you guys the right method, the right systems, 20 plus years, 24 plus years now of combined experience and knowledge and working out these systems so that you guys have them to run with. It's amazing. I don't know, like Corby said, if he had these, if we did have these, and I think that's a huge reason why we've been able to grow so quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So guys, we're going to open up the course. We're going to open up the Q&A, but the course is not $97. It is still, the first round of the course. We're going to be making it better and better and better. You heard Corby, we're always innovating. We're always making it better, guys. But this is 24 years in the making. We're bringing it to you guys on a silver platter. It's amazing. You're going to love it. And so we, like I said earlier, we put so much time, so much effort, so much value into this that we couldn't just charge some small sum of money, because also you guys wouldn't value it, right? If we just gave this out for free, you guys would be like, oh, it's free. It's not really valuable. You only value, what you invested and pay money for. If it's free, you're just going to throw it out. So we're actually doing you guys a favor for charging a little bit more money too. So the course is live, guys. If you want to go, actually, I'm going to hit publish right now while I'm talking to you. I'm going to open up the live Q&A and I'm going to give you guys the link and we're going to launch this course live. So I'm going to go in here into the platform and I'm going to hit publish. You guys ready? I'm going to put the cleaning systems.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, Corby, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. The course is live, everyone. And this is where you can go get it. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Actually, Brandon, if you want to put this link in the chat. If you guys want to pick up these cleaning systems, head over to profitcleaners.com/cleaning systems. Make sure that link works. It does work. profitcleaners.com/cleaning systems. that will forward you guys to the checkout page where you can get the course. Now, guys, I want to talk a little bit about the price. This is going to be, in a few days, a $5,000 course, the full price. You guys are getting it at almost 60% off. This is the launch deal that we've been talking about. So it's right over $2,000. Again, the amount of time, the amount of effort, the amount of value that has gone into this, like we said, guys, everything we went through on that list, almost $20,000 of value. So I think you guys are getting a screaming deal. If you guys act now, jump in. And in fact, I want to see the first 10 or 20 of you hop in right now. If you're serious about growing your business, if you are an action taker, if you're ready to win, and if you're tired of just kind of skating by and not being profitable, not being as efficient as you should be, as you know you could be, take action right now. The first 10 of you that actually take action, you're getting the fast action bonus. Brandon and I are going to hop on an extra call with you, absolutely free, for becoming one of our students in this course. You're going to be able to work with Brandon and I, Corby. We have a private mastermind, a Facebook group on the back end of this that is paid. It's not our free group that we had out there before. So this is going to be way more in depth, guys. This is going to be everyone. I mean, just the value of the mastermind of the group alone is worth probably more than the course. Just that networking, surrounding yourself with the top 1% of cleaning business owners, the people that are winning, right? That's going to rise you to the next level. And so if you guys want to grab this course, do it now, guys. profitcleaners.com/cleaning systems. Okay.
All right, you guys got the link. Let's hit some Q&A because there's some good ones in here.
Yeah, let's hit the Q&A.
All right, Joseph asked, what would be a reasonable estimation of time that it would take to implement this system? Is it better to be done in phases if we have an existing business? I think you could probably cover that a couple different ways depending on how fast you want to go. But you saw that when we were brand new, before we had this all organized in modules for you, when we were doing it just off of what Corby had given us, that we were pretty well on our way within 6 months. I would imagine you'd be able to do that considerably faster if you were going through the modules the way that we have it set up.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, as fast as you guys want to move. So we have it set up so that you could basically take your existing team, you could sit them down and maybe on a weekend or, however you want to do it, but you could retrain them on all these systems. You could re-outfit your tools and equipment if you wanted to, or you could work it in kind of slowly over time. It's totally up to you how you guys want to run with this. Maybe you aren't ready to fully shift over your systems and trainings and you just want to integrate the bonus report, because that's really what you need right now, is to incentivize people showing up on time and cleaning in a certain fashion. But what I would advise is it's an all-encompassing system. It goes together. So it's, if you do it all, I think it's going to work a lot better if you integrate the best cleaning systems, the best tools, put that bonus report on top. I mean, that's what brings it all together. So yeah, I think you could do it in as short or as much time as you need, really.
All right.
Yep.
Here's another one. This one I like. I want to hear Corby's answer on this one. What were the worst mistakes you made and what would you do differently?
Oh man, that's great. Worst mistakes. Well, I don't think I've made any, but other people. Yeah, worst mistakes. Oh my gosh. My whole business life is made of mistakes. That's why I'm here, learning from them all. But let me think.
You learn from failure. That's the truth.
It's the biggest. Let's see. I think, I know one. We switched. We had 15 two-person teams, and we switched. This is probably 10 years ago. And we switched. I had this bright idea. It just seemed right, a better way to go about it, because our cars were starting to break down. We had these old jalopy cars, which I would have changed also. I would not have done that. I would have gotten a new car. But we went to a three-person team. We talked about it for a long time with all the teams. We put it out there for weeks before the change happened. And before we even got to implement the three-person team, it fell apart. It absolutely fell apart. We never got there. Not until I think 5 years after that. And we went about it with a planned approach and laid it all out perfectly. And on the Monday morning when the teams arrived, we moved them into three-person teams without any prior knowledge and talked about the benefits of it all, just like we're talking right now, and what you gain from this. And by the way, at the end of this week, if you help us with these efficiencies, each member gets $100 and help us get there. This is important to our company. Let's get there as one. We're the best cleaning company in the world. We're about to get better. Help us get there. That was a better approach. The big mistake was putting it to public forum of something I knew in my gut.
Yeah, asking for feedback from the employees before you made a huge change.
Asking for feedback because I was just being a benevolent, let's all just chat about it. But I knew in my gut, I knew it was right. And my approach to that change was horrible.
Right.
I learned from that. That was a big mistake.
I think on ours, for my end, we had raised some capital from a couple investor friends when we started to kind of get everything off the ground, because Corby one time said something to us that stuck with me, which was set yourself up for success. That's when we were asking how many washers and dryers should we get. We all had one set and we're like, well, we need another one. Well, set yourself up for success and just get what you need to get. And so we bought 5 residential washers and dryers and eventually changed it out. But the thing that I regretted is when we first started, we bought the first 2 cars and we paid cash for those. Those were like 9-year-old cars that we bought cash. And then that money that we could have used to do lots of other things just went out the door. So if we had to do it again, I would have financed those cars with a $200 monthly payment. And then I would have had 28 grand to go do other stuff with that took us forever. We would have had the bonus report up on day one instead of 2 years into it.
Yeah. And I would say on those same, lines, like we actually immediately started, like we cleaned a little bit in the beginning, but we had these systems, from the get-go. So we started, with outsourcing the cleaning and delegating that immediately. However, if we could have hired Claudia, who is now our office manager, and she does a bunch of things for the business, I think we could have hired her even sooner and had even, faster growth, because
That's a good one too.
She could have helped us implement these systems even faster and the bonus report even faster, so that we could, just started with a more of a sprint than a jog or whatever we started with. So, but yeah, just investing in your people right away, whether it's the cleaning or the people like in your office that are going to help run these systems. I would have done that sooner too.
Yeah. All right, we've got another one from Joseph, which says, some of the big time investments on his end is quoting, scheduling, and client communications. Does the system help with those areas, or at least know when to hire those areas? Quoting is kind of its own little beast that depends on your market, really. I know that on the podcast, we had put out a pricing worksheet where you could plug in some data points and it would shoot out a best guess for where we thought you should price it based on market conditions. You had to call around to some competition. We're working on a 2.0 version of that that'll be coming out. And I think that's a part of the marketing course. But you should be able to get some momentum just with the free podcast. I forget which episode. You could go look it up. But yeah, if you just look up pricing for the podcast, there's an episode out there that has that. Scheduling, I don't think we really cover that in the cleaning system side of it. I think we're working on a potential 3rd business course that would come out later. That's kind of like the best practices of running the cleaning business once you've implemented that. You got the marketing going, so you're getting customers, and you got the cleaning systems going, so you're getting good reviews. And then the next step would be like, all right, well, here's how to really get crazy with it. And that would be more like the customer service scheduling side of things. And that's in the future, I think. Yeah, and really that's going to be different for whatever software you're using. Like Corby's scheduling process is different from ours because he uses Service Autopilot and we use Service Fusion. And some of you guys might be using Jobber or Service Titan or something else. So really it's going to depend on, what fits your business best. And then from there, as far as scheduling, we do it all on Zoom now. We have our sales guy. We used to go out in person, but it's all like gamified again. It's very much automated and systematized to the point where, it's seamless and easy for the customers to onboard and schedule and all the stuff. We do a lot of stuff by text now and systematize that too. So yeah, well, that's a great question. I think we can add more to that. I mean, that sounds like a good podcast episode too. Maybe that's where we can get Lindsay involved on the customer service side and Louisa on the scheduling side. They have a lot of wealth of knowledge to put towards that. Yeah. There's another one here, which I think is pretty cool, which is, what are the most important things that you would do if you were starting the cleaning company again from scratch? I think that's a very interesting question. Thoughts, Corby?
Yes, I would buy this course immediately.
Yes,
Nice.
absolutely. Yeah,
It's clear. I don't know. I'm just kidding.
I would.
That
Yeah.
was a soft toss. Thank you for that. Whoever sent that. That was
Yeah.
excellent.
I think, go ahead. You're going to give us a real answer? I want to hear it.
Well, I mean, what would, if I was starting out, what would I do? How would I go about it? Can you read the question again?
Yeah. So let's see. Here it was. If you, let's see, what are the most important things that you would do if you were to start the cleaning company again?
Well, I don't know what I would do. Well, I know what I do differently now. I really would grab the knowledge that's out there. I'm not just trying to sell this course. Honestly, I would do, I wouldn't want to end up anywhere else but where I'm at right now. But
Right.
I would like to get there quicker. And what I didn't do is, like I talked about, I toiled because I you know, my ego and my narcissism, I really didn't look for any outside help, any information. I just did. And I think that sort of flow gets you only so far, and it ends up being a long toil. And I think going to professionals right away. For example, get your QuickBooks set up immediately. Don't hesitate on that. Whatever your software is, and immediately become your own accountant. No more than your accountant before, even if you're only cleaning one house a day and your goal is to clean 200 houses a week, get your QuickBooks set up. Get it set up immediately. Get everything, get your legal set up immediately. Set up all the vendors that you have and find the best of the best. And if you're going to buy something, if you're going to buy a computer for your business, don't just try to buy the cheapest one you can. Buy the one that fits and extend yourself to get that one that's going to fit what's going to do best for you. I didn't do that in the beginning, and I ended up just kept replacing things as I went along, buying used cars. There's so much money misspent along the way that I didn't do. So I think do it right now, even if it costs more money than you want to spend. The value is in getting what tool is right for you and not having to do it again.
Yeah, I think mine's the same sort of vein. Brandon had kind of touched on it before, but if we were starting from scratch, we would have worked into the finance of the startup to hire like Claudia right away, which is our version of Claudia. Really, in the beginning, was Lindsay and Louisa combined. She's she's director of operations now, but I think hiring her from the get-go would have been huge. It would have had such a huge impact for growing even faster than we did. So I think that's a good point. To Corby's point with finance, we also eventually ended up on QuickBooks, despite having tried an AI bookkeeper that will automatically categorize the whatever. And it just ended up being a disaster. And our taxes were filed in October every year instead of on time because we were filing extensions. So yeah, I think if you're trying to build out the infrastructure from the get-go, would be to, line up all those ducks in a row, get your CPA. We have a bookkeeper that we check in with. So you can be your own bookkeeper. I prefer to do it that way because there's lots of different people looking at it. So many people can, different sets of eyes looking at different sets of things to kind of check and balance yourself. So yeah, I mean, that's what I think that I would do differently if we started over from the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked how we launched this business. We put a lot of thought into it and we launched it really aggressively. We were all in. I think the only thing would have been just put the bonus report in place sooner.
Yeah, start with that because we messed around with it with the first team for so long because we were poor, man. I was trying to figure this out. Our pricing was not where it should be at the beginning. We were throwing spaghetti at the wall because we didn't call the competition. So we're like, yeah, we could do your 2,500 square foot house for $90. Why not? And then eventually we had to figure those things out. Yeah, so it was good. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy the way we did it. It was good.
I got one side of there. I just thought of it. Let me give
you.
Yeah.
We used to do everything. Back in the day, we did everything the customer wanted. Oh, you want us to clean inside your fridge and freezer? No problem. You want us to clean inside your oven this time? Got you. No problem. We were even charging them. But we would do everything. pressure washing back, porches and things with another team. I would just get into everything. And in the
You did carpet. You did carpet as well, right? You were doing carpet cleaning.
And right now what we do is 1 and 2 week cleans. That's it, right? So back down to that. And we don't clean inside of fridges, no matter what the customer asks. We would never clean inside of a fridge anymore, or inside of an oven, or these things, or we would never dust this high knick-knacky area that's a high risk for breakage. We used to do all that, and it just causes headache. And we always thought, oh my God, the customer is just going to drop us. No customer ever dropped us because we did not do that. And no customer drops us when we go through our price increases, which in the last 2 years, as most people have gone through, we've done two giant price increases, of which all that money goes to our employees. And we tell our customers that. We're always so afraid of that. We jump. I am not afraid of that. We didn't lose a single customer, except for maybe the couple of customers that we wanted to lose. But don't be afraid of shaping your customers into what works for your systems.
Yep.
They'll like you better because you'll have a better.
Will.
Don't do it all. And if you have a customer that's outside that really can't work inside of it, say goodbye nicely. They'll be back.
Yes. So this is a good point right here, actually.
Great point.
So there's lots of Corby isms in there that we got to cover because he's full of those, which, he's good for. So one of them I remember early on was you told us that we needed to tell the customer why. So if the customer wants you to clean inside the fridge or the oven or the whatever, you can decline, but tell them why. Like, hey, we don't clean inside fridges because if we break a drawer or whatever, your fridge is discontinued and we can't get that part anymore. And now we have to buy you a new fridge. So we just leave that up for you. One of my favorite reasons about telling the customer no for anything is just that, look, we cover so much of the other stuff that it frees up your time to polish the Hummel figurines the exact way that you want it done so that we don't have to touch it.
That's good.
So that's really good.
That's excellent.
So that's a good one. And then there was another one in there that I've already lost, but that's the price increase. So we had to do a monster price increase because of the labor shortage and COVID shenanigans in general. And it was big. We did a lot of research on which customers were cranking out the most revenue, like a 20/80 analysis. And we tried to give those customers a little bit of a break. And then the ones that were kind of on the fringes went up a little bit higher. And we did lose customers for that. And we've had, 30% of the customers that left have already come back in a 4 to 6 week period, I think. And they don't tell you why they came back. I can tell you why they came back. They tried every other crappy cleaning company that I described that I used in the beginning. They tried those companies and were like, well, it turns out that even though you guys are pricey, your customer service is great and the scheduling is there and all these other bits and pieces. And so they're willing to pay for that extra part.
And the cleaning is there, like the systems and the detail of the cleans is there, and people do notice. And actually there's lots of franchises out there that will nickel and dime these people and charge them way more stuff to just do the stuff we always do, like every part of the house. Top, down, left,
baseboards is extra.
Yeah.
Ceiling fans is extra. Vacuuming couches extra. That's all part of the thing. That's the package that you get.
Yeah.
Them always coming back is it happens that way, but the systems that now our companies have and the rest of these folks will have is a huge barrier to entry for other companies. There's in our neighborhood where we clean, it would be so difficult for a company to come in here and say, we're plopping down, we're taking these guys on, we're coming after them. I can't imagine how it would happen. I don't see it. We're constantly innovating. It is a huge barrier to entry, but it's also the difference between us and the next cleaner in this area is so drastic that they'll try other people and maybe they'll be $20 less and maybe whatever thing they left us for because we don't clean fridges, it comes back around because we are the best product. There is no better product. And we know it 100%. It's not, I guess it is bragging, but it's true.
Sure. No, it is the truth. So I don't know if it qualifies as bragging. It's just reality. That was one of the reasons that we hired you, Corby, when we lived there. Was that was back when you were driving the jalopy cars, as you call them, the champagne gold 4-door sedan from the mid 90s. We saw those cars everywhere when we lived in that neighborhood. And I was like, well, obviously we should call them because they're the ones that are everywhere. They're going to clean our next door neighbor's house next week. We'll just get on the same schedule. Mm-hmm. Here's a question, Corby. This is a good point. You had mentioned specifically that you weren't cleaning inside refrigerators and ovens. And so Jen is asking if you no longer do move outs or deep cleans. I recall that during the pandemic, one of the marketing things that you put out is that you were offering move out cleans again, maybe on a temporary basis. So how did you get to that conclusion, and where did it end up at in the end?
Yes, so we went back to move out cleanings during COVID. We lost, I would say, I don't know, we had probably a 30%, 20% drop in customers, maybe 30% had just left, just gone, right? And we still had people moving. So we needed to keep our employees busy. So we went back to adding on move out cleans. And we've stuck with it through our kind of a slight change inside of how we go about it. We don't clean inside of ovens. We don't do that. So we will have, if they set their timer, we only wipe the inside if they set their heat timer the night before and clean it, do the self clean. But we don't clean certain things inside the houses for those. We kind of shaped it a little bit more, and likely we're going to drop move out cleans as soon as we can work our way completely out of COVID. Sometime we will likely get rid of move out cleans because it's a variable inside of our scheduling that really wreaks havoc. With us now 30% beyond where we left off in growth. So we grew way beyond where we were pre-COVID. So we're in a spot looking to get rid of that again.
Yeah.
1 and 2 weeks.
So Jen, I'll give you a different perspective there from our side. We still do move out cleans. We've never gotten to the point where we could just flat up say, no. You got to hit up here and then hit chat. We've never got to that point, and we've gotten such a reputation for it. Just click it. There, now type down there. Okay, that we just couldn't flat out say no to it, but we've gotten a reputation for being good at it. And when we did our big price increase, we actually bumped up move out cleans by 40% across the board, because the hope was we would price ourselves out of the market and people would just politely be like, well, I'm going to find someone else. Nope, didn't happen. We still book move out cleans at a 40% margin. Those are like the most profitable job that we have. What we did do that we changed is from an employee flexibility schedule type thing, we pushed to have a team that runs on the weekends. And those are people that wanted to work Thursday through Monday. So the cars were just sitting there not doing anything. So we got a team that is up on the weekends, and all they do is move outs and initials. That's it. So those are the ones that take up the big holes in the schedule. We pushed all that to the weekend. When new customers come on, we tell them like, hey, it's going to be your first clean is going to be on a Saturday or Sunday with a different team. This is like our specialty initial team, and then we'll get you on your regular biweekly after that. So that was kind of how we handle it. We do clean inside of fridges and ovens. We try to do the self-cleaning thing just like Corby does, because that does make it a lot easier. Just don't use easy off. That's the one thing to avoid.
And we also, one thing is employees hate it. They dislike the move out clean. So we bonus an extra, I think it's $10 per person, or maybe it's $5 for every move out clean, just as an incentive, just on top of it for standard bonus.
Yeah, and we do that. And the bonus report that you guys will get in the course has that built into it, that little part for move out cleans as well.
Yeah.
So I think we've kind of handled all the questions that have come in.
I got one more.
Sure.
That came in, actually not through the chat, but it was in another email. So the question is, and we actually addressed this because we're adding it to the course, so it's great. They said, will this training cover any systems for the office staff? How to best know when it's time to add another team, profit margins, etc. So yes, we're actually, as soon as I got this email came in a couple of days ago, and we have all those systems. We just like, this is a great question because now we can put it in the course for you guys. So that is going to be in there. There's going to be a profit margin spreadsheet, how to calculate that, how to calculate the efficiency. So, you know, when to launch the next team, get to a certain percentage, and then we start hiring, start purchasing the car. That's how we do it. So we will have that in the course. And then we're also adding the module for training your office staff, how to run a lot of these back office systems and all the stuff that we're giving you guys. So yes, that's definitely going to be in there. And that's also just a really good note to take note of is, this is a work in progress. This is the finished course. It's not a beta course or anything like that anymore, but it is going to be getting better. So we're going to be adding more and more videos in the future. Corby's going to be down here in a few months at the studio. We're going to be recording even more videos for you guys, and really just based on what you guys want. If you need more content about certain systems or more certain things in the house, we're happy to add those. So yeah, this is version 1.0. It's the finished product, but just know that if you guys get in now, you're getting in at the ground floor of us launching this. This is the lowest price it's ever going to be. This is easily a $20,000 product, as we spelled it out for you guys. But this Black Friday deal, this Thanksgiving week deal, is going to end probably over the weekend or after the weekend. So get in on it now. Don't wait. Take action. And like you said, guys, the first 20 people that jump in right now, you guys are going to be, winning. You're going to be taking action. You guys are going to be putting these systems in place, and you're proving it to yourself just by taking action. Don't wait till New Year's or something to start getting your plans in place and your goals. Like, the people that win are prepared all the time. They're always doubling down on knowledge. They're always investing in themselves. They're always investing in their businesses. And that's how you win, guys. Invest in yourself. It's the best investment you could make. And like Corby said, if you're kind of like trying to figuring it all out on your own, you're just wasting a bunch of time. Like, if he could have found this course, if we could have found this course, well, we found it through Corby, but now we've distilled it down, and you guys have it in such an easy, an abundant way to just consume it so easily, and it's all right there, and we've whittled it down so you guys can save even more time when you're going through it. So so just know that, guys, it's a work in progress. It's going to be constantly getting better, but you guys will lock it in, lifetime access. You'll get in the group. We're all going to be in there talking together, going through the systems together. If you are one of the first 10 people that jump on this, Brandon and I will hop on an intro call and introduce you to the course. Any questions you have to integrate this, we're happy to help you guys. So just know that we're here for you. And yeah, we're going to be on this journey together. It's going to keep getting better.
One last question before we bail for Thanksgiving shenanigans. I had mentioned that comment about Easy Off, and someone jumped in right away. I'm curious why you don't use Easy Off. Easy Off is very, very effective as an oven degreaser. There is no doubt. But it is one of the nastiest chemicals on earth. It is a migraine-inducing shit show. Like, it will make that house smell bad. It will give your employees headaches. And if you think about it from an employee perspective, if they're doing those move-out cleans over and over and over again, that's a lot of exposure to a chemical. So mostly, I think from our standpoint, we take the harder elbow grease method to keep the employees safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just want to point out one more thing. Like, there's a lot of things that we've talked about, guys, that like, we don't clean this anymore. Corby said we don't clean inside refrigerators anymore, or we don't touch breakable items. And you'll learn all this stuff in the course. But when you guys are saying no to something, you're actually saying yes to something else, right? So it's okay to say no, we can't clean that, because now you're saying yes to, we have a much more efficient system. We have a much better way to deliver this. Here's the reason why. If we did clean that, we're going to break your stuff and you're going to be unhappy. We want to deliver the best product, the best service, the best experience for you. And that's what we do. And so you might be afraid to tell people that. You might be afraid to say, no, we don't do that, or change your systems, but don't be afraid, because change is good. Change is always happening. And if you're moving in the right direction, you're making progress, right? And these are the systems that are going to help you make the right progress, take the right action. Like I said earlier, if you haven't been successful and you're not hitting the goals or the success you want yet, it's because maybe you've been doing the wrong thing. Maybe you had the wrong system, but that's okay. You found Profit Cleaners, you found our podcast, you found wherever you found us out there. There's a reason for that, right? So maybe it's fate, maybe it's serendipitous, but take action on it, guys. Don't wait to put these systems in place, right? Now's the time. There's never been a better time. Like, this is the time to get aggressive in your businesses when everyone else is slowing down, wondering what they're going to do next. That's the opportunity for you guys to jump in when your competition's slacking. We've got the hiring systems in here for you guys. We've got the cleaning systems. We've got the bonus report. We've got everything you guys need to retool your business, take it to the next level. So yeah, I think you guys are going to be set up for success. We want to see you guys win. So jump in there, guys. Take action. That's what's making the decision to take action is going to differentiate you from winning or losing all the time. So take the right action, make that decision, and just go for it.
Yeah. Corby, any closing thoughts before you sign off and open a beer?
Yeah, I just went for the fridge. I actually grabbed a water. I don't know why I did that. I should have just grabbed a beer. It's right next to it. So silly. 5:30. What am I doing?
It's a lunch party, man. Let's get the beers out.
Yeah. Closing comments. Well, I'm honored to be a part of this. You guys know that how I feel about both you and what you've done. It's interesting, because I could have gone through my whole career, and this, it's probably going to wrap up in the next 5 to 10 years, whatever. And it would have just stayed inside of there. And it makes me kind of feel a little, it's a growth of what we've built. And I know for a fact this is going to be a success. And for me personally, I just feel wonderful about it. And, I'm a feel guy. Both you two are too. I know it just feels good. And I know that now we're linked again, and to work with you two guys for the next, I hope for a long time. I'm looking forward to coming down and shooting those videos and getting on these podcasts and meeting our customers here. I'm looking forward to it. It's rejuvenated me. When you guys came on, it rejuvenated me to kind of be better, our better self as a business, because now we're replicating ourselves, and now it's one level higher. So for me, I'm really excited, honored, and I can't wait for the future.
Yeah. Nicely said. Nicely said.
Nicely said. And if anyone's kind of on the fence about this, Corby, like, I don't know, like, what would you say to them? Someone who's just kind of like, I don't know if I should do this or not. It's a lot of money, but we went through all that already. But like, is there anything else in closing that you would say to people that are
in all decisions? For me, the way I look at it is, I mentioned it before. What's your gut say? What does your gut say? What does your gut say about this situation? What do you feel? And what you feel is what you act on things like this. That's what I do. So, and it's always worked out. It's got me to this point. So if your gut says, I think this might move my company forward, then do it. If it doesn't, get out. It's not for you. That's how I would feel about it. So I don't think there's ever been anything quite like this on the market. I don't think there's going to ever be anything like it, because it's going to be hard to replicate what's been put in to get to this point. So I don't know. It seems like a great opportunity to me. If I was just looking at this, I'd be like, yeah, I'm in.
It's hard to catch up to a 24-year head start.
There you go.
Yeah, no, well said.
Yep. All right, guys. I think it went pretty well. So you can find us on profitcleaners.com at any point. If you have any questions, you can hit us up at hello@profitcleaners.com if you want to shoot us an email. But otherwise, we'll have the podcast stuff out weekly, and you can certainly look forward to seeing more of Corby and the Brandons, and we'll all be in touch.
Yeah, and we'll give you guys the link one last time if you're on the fence about this. profitcleaners.com/cleaning systems. That's profitcleaners.com/cleaning systems. That'll take you to the sales page. You can see everything on there, everything that's included. And yeah, guys, this initial launch, this deal that we're giving out, this is special. This is just for you guys. This is for our audience. The guys, the ones that have been here since the beginning. We started this podcast almost 2 years ago, and here we are. And this has been the most requested system and product out of anything. So we know you guys need this. We needed this. We know it's going to help you. We want to help you. So yeah, I just want to say jump in now, take action on it. And we're really excited to see you guys on the inside.
Yeah.
So I think that's it.
Keep it clean.
Keep it clean. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Take
Bye,
care.
Corby.
Bye, Corby.
It's just us. While we figure out how to close this thing, you got to hit that button and then hit end.
All right, cool. Later.
Bye-bye.